What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. For one last time, we are using the Zygarde Dialga team as part of my 5 rental teams video for the month. If you haven't checked it out already, I highly recommend you do. It does have some really cool stuff. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is Zacian Kyogre. It is Zacian Kyogre Dragonite with Incineroar, Indeedee, and Thundurus. So there are a lot of definitely really tricky things here. The main question really is, do I want to max Dialga or Zygarde? I do like the idea of maxing Dialga. So I like Comfy Dialga here. The question is, what do I want to bring in the back? I think Zygarde has potential. We do have to be a little bit wary of Incineroar, but not necessarily the end of the world. Rotom, I'm going to go with Amoonguss. I think Amoonguss having the ability to put things to sleep is going to be really valuable here. I think just the fear of Defiant Thundurus makes it really sort of tricky to want to bring, what's it called? To bring Ensign. But I do see the good argument for it. But like I said, I think that this is overall just a really strong for it, especially if we can set up the Trick Room and just start putting things to sleep. As we are going to see Dragonite and Indeedee. So this is good, right? We do have the ability to set up Trick Room, and we can also max Dialga to go for a max Dragon. Even if we don't get it off, we still do have that pressure onto my opponent. So okay, so we are going to see Psychic Seed. So it is... I'm just going to go for the Trick Room here. I don't want to go for a Max Dragon. I think what makes more sense is to try and set up some boosts. And what we can do after is we can potentially just switch out into Zygarde to have Zygarde start also taking advantage of the boost and get really bulky and then fire off a lot of those spread type attacks. So let's start with Dialga for now. We do have the ability to Helping Hand if need be, so that definitely can help us out if we have to figure out how to beat this Indeedee. As we are going to see Follow Me, which is great, right? It means that you are not going for 2 attacks onto my Indeedee. It looks like Dragonite is slower though, so definitely a little bit tricky there. We can go for a Draining Kiss onto the Dragonite though, so that's really nice. Hoping for okay, we are going to see Dragon Dance, which is great for us, right? That tells us you're physical. That tells us, yeah, that tells us you're going to be faster. So with the Trick Room up, right, we now are in a very good position. The question is, do I think this Dragonite is weakness policy? I'm gonna Steel Spike the Indeedee, and this is scary. It's definitely scary, but we are in a position where I think this is fine. We're gonna get to +2 defense, and if we can get rid of Indeedee, we do have the ability just to fire off a large max Quake the subsequent turn, so that should be helpful. We are going to see the Dragonite max, which is, yeah, like I said, as long as it's not weakness policy, we should be good. It is Dragonite. I was worried it might be Indeedee for a second, but we don't have to worry about that. And so this should put Dialga in a really good position. Right, we're going to see the Draining Kiss fire off. Please don't show me the little animation. Okay, great. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to see the Follow Me come out. So we're going to get a second defense boost against this Dragonite to really help mitigate some of the damage. And then we do have the ability to go for either a Helping Hand Max Dragon, depending on what they bring out, which could be Kyogre, right? If we see Kyogre, I still think Helping Hand Max Dragon is the right call here. Let's see what they go for. As we're going to see a Quake into Dialga, I'm hoping we take that. We should take that well. Yeah, we are at +2 defense. That's great, right? We do have access to Floral Healing, so definitely going to be helpful there, right? We can go for a really big Helping Hand Max Dragon, or we can Floral Healing. I think both have some merit, as we are going to see Ogre be the last one. I think because we have healing, I'm fine to max Wormwind the Dragonite and go for a floral healing onto Dialga. I think that should let us fight this Ogre pretty well in the end game. Sorry, I got an email about my... We'll deal with that later. Okay, so yeah, we should be able to... Yeah, we're going to fire off this big max Wormwind. This should be a KO onto Dragon. Oh. Not a KO. But that's fine. We have the ability to Draining Kiss for the KO the subsequent turn. We're also going to get an attack drop. We will have to take this Origin Pulse, which... Not ideal. We are going to see Life Orb on Ogre. So, okay, Quake gonna come out once again. This should be into Dialga. Right? Okay, great. Into Dialga. Do we Floral Healing? How many turns of Trick Room are left? There's 2 turns of Trick Room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Protect here, and I'm going to Draining Kiss the Dragonite. Hope that it's enough to KO. And then what we can do is we can bring out Amoonguss and put things to sleep. Or you're going to Max Guard. That, I think, was a good call on your part. I should have gone for a Floral Healing. Origin Pulse can miss. If it misses Comfy, we're great. It's not going to miss. That's fine. This lets us... What? This lets us bring out Amoonguss. Amoonguss can put stuff to sleep. Yeah, we bring out Amoonguss here. Kyogre going... Okay, so we attack into Kyogre with... Or no, we put Kyogre to sleep and we Flash Cannon the Dragonite and we Spore the Ogre. It's tricky because we don't have Trick Room on Dialga. Tricky Trick Room. Haha. Cute. So this is going to be a little bit awkward. We do have the ability, though, to fire off an Earth Power into Zacian, which I expect to be in the back. Kyogre going to Protect that. That's totally fine with me. Spore into you. That's fine. We will be able to KO this Dragonite. So definitely a big load off. And so now what happens is... Do we think Amoonguss can survive? Do we think Amoonguss can survive a double up? Yeah, we're gonna see Zacian. I could. Okay, so we're going to Roar of Time the Ogre and Rage Powder here. I need to hope that we can survive both hits. I also need to hope that Dialga can survive the Origin Pulse, because I don't actually know if it can. So we're going to Rage Powder here. Sacred Sword, perfect, into Amoonguss. So we should definitely survive now. We will have to eat this Origin Pulse. Dialga, please live. That you know that's not what you were supposed to have done. Kyogre is getting low. Zygarde comes out here. Oh, the question is, does this Ogre have Ice Beam? It probably does. We can 1,000 Arrows and go for a Rage Powder. So we eat the Behemoth Blade. We hope that the Ogre only has Origin Pulse. And we hope that it puts me in range of becoming big, which will let me survive a double up. We are going to see a straight play rough into Amoonguss. So Amoonguss is going to go down here. Kyogre, okay, so Kyogre only going for Origin Pulse, which is really reassuring, especially if we can become big. I mean, we're gonna become big. There's no doubt about it, but okay, let's think about this. Okay, so that's gonna become weaker. We are going to be able to transform, and it looks like they're using inaccurate moves. So we can hope for, I mean, we hope for a miss. It's not impossible. Yeah, we don't have enough HP. But hey, we can, like I said, we can hope for a miss. We're probably not going to get it. We also need to hope for multiple misses because we need Zacian to miss the next play rough. So it's probably going to be a Behemoth Blade. We're going to see, okay, the play rough, yeah, that's going to connect. That's going to easily finish it. So definitely unfortunate. I think, what, if we, not KOing the Dragonite was really brutal. Because what that meant was that they got to hang out for an extra turn where I could have done more. So losing out that KO, really, really unfortunate. But I mean, that is what it is sometimes, and nothing to say, but let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Reshiram Zacian. So a really cool pair here. So it is Reshiram Zacian Grimmsnarl Thundurus with Gastrodon and Rillaboom. So Zygarde, I like the idea of Zygarde Comfy. It just feels really tricky. I like Ensign and then Rotom. I think Rotom... Do I like Rotom? No, Rotom is like really bad. Amoonguss? Is Amoonguss any good? Not really. Let's bring Dialga. I think we might want to push for Trick Room here. It is obviously going to be really tricky because of their Grimmsnarl, right? Because that can just like do all sorts of shenanigans. What's nice though is if you bring Rillaboom, Grassy Terrain recovery is really going to help. The thing I obviously have to be afraid of is Reshiram Dialga. Reshiram Zacian, because what that lets you do is that lets you double up into Zygarde, and I can't really stop that unless, I mean, I could, okay, so to deal with that, I protect Trick Room. That lets me set up the subsequent turn, and then I can Quake into the Zacian. So, I feel like that lead is kind of a given, so we are going to see Reshiram and Rillaboom. Okay, so this is workable. The issue is Reshiram obviously having the ability to lower my attack with Max Dragon. So I still would like to Quake into the Reshiram and go for a Draining Kiss onto Zygarde, right? We can still at least get to +1, which I think is fine. We are unfortunately going to see the Reshiram is faster here, but I think that is going to be fine, right? We don't really have, yeah, I think it's still going to be fine that the Reshiram maxes. We will, like I said, only be at +1, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. We are going to have access to just a ton of recovery, taking advantage of Floral Healing with the Grassy Terrain, being able to pretty much get Zygarde back to full. So that should definitely work out in our favor. I'm hoping that +1 Quake, which is, I mean, it's stab super effective, so that should be able to pick up the KO onto Reshiram. So that'll definitely help out. We are going to see the Draining Kiss onto Zygarde, which, I mean, we're going to recover pretty much all of it back through the Grassy Terrain. So we just need to take this incoming Max Wormwind as, yeah, Fake Out. Going to come out into Comfy. Here comes the Max Wormwind. This should put us into... we should live. Yep, okay, great. We're going to live. This is going to put us into big Zygarde range, so we can Floral Healing the subsequent turn and just really just become an absolute unit, right? Like, as long as we KO. We do need to KO this Reshiram. which we don't. So that's a little not good, as the children would say. Okay. We are going to become big. We can heal up to full. The thing is, like, I don't... Jesus, so much HP. I don't like... It's fine. We're going to do this. We're going to floral healing the Zygarde. Make this thing just absolutely... Like, 646 HP is absurd. Oh, we don't go back to full? That's annoying. Oh well. We're gonna take a hit from Comfy. We're gonna see a Wormwind calling the ally switch. So, really big deal there, right? Because now we're able to get off an attack onto this Reshiram and pick up the KO. So, I don't have ally switch. And I feel like, I mean, like, it makes sense why ally switch would be good there. But I'm just trying to heal up. So now we're in great shape, right? We got rid of their restricted. We're still at +1 in terms of attack. Comfy is still alive, which means we can go for a helping hand the subsequent turn, because I don't really think we need more HP. We still have access to Rockfall, which is really great. We're gonna see Gastrodon come out here. So Gastrodon probably going for a Yawn. So let's just helping hand into damage. I could have quaked. I should have quaked the Gastrodon, in all honesty. But yeah, in all honesty, I should have. But this is fine, right? Because now what happens is this might KO the Rillaboom. That doesn't KO the Rillaboom. That's bad. We sacrifice our boosts, yeah, because we're going to get the obvious Yawn. The Quake into Gastrodon would have been nice. We are still at full, though, so... I mean, I don't really want to give up the boost, but at the same time... I hate that Throat Chop does not stop Yawn. Whoever made that decision is not a good person. We're gonna go back to regular Zygarde. The question is... I'm just gonna go for damage. I think it's fine to have Gastrodon go down, or what's it called? Zygarde fall asleep here. Or you're just gonna, I mean, yeah, the double protect is also a thing. So you're gonna yawn. Okay, so you're gonna yawn into the Instant slot. But that, I mean, all things considered, right? This is fine because of how passive, for the most part, this is. So I'm gonna click 1,000 Arrows. I'm going to Parting Shot the Gastrodon into Dialga. Right, okay, so we're going to see high horsepower from the Rillaboom. So this has definitely been a set that's picking up. Parting Shot going to come out. This is going to be into Dialga. So the question now is, are you going to attack or are you going to protect again? Right, because I'm fine to... Yeah, I'm fine to actually go for... We could actually just see an attack, right? We could just see an attack expecting the Instant to stay in. We're going to see an Earth Power. Perfect. So Dialga should take this. Yep, takes it fairly well. That's going to let us recover up a decent amount of HP. So what we can do now is... Grass is gone. That's fine. I'm going to protect and try to... 1,000 Arrows, go for a protect here. The idea is if we can wake up, Roar of Time should be more than enough to KO the Gastrodon. So we want to just try and stall out basically the inevitable for as long as we can. Zygarde's going to stay asleep here. We should see, yep, a double up into Dialga, which makes sense. So the first hit, we're going to see, yep, a second hit. Perfect. I want to go for 1,000 arrows and a Roar of Time and KO this Gastrodon. If we can get rid of it, we are just in incredible shape. So it is going to come down to waking up. We are going to see the swap out. This looks like probably Zacian, right? Yeah, we're going to see the Zacian swap out. So that is fine, assuming we wake up. So it really is going to come down to Zygarde waking up. Roar of Time going to hit. Perfect. Onto this Gastrodon. I need Zygarde to wake up. Okay, that's fine. We absolutely chunk that hit. We can protect here. So we protect Zygarde. Zygarde has to wake up this turn. So what that'll let us do is that'll let us protect. We can swap into Incin after Dialga finishes recharging. That lets us lower the Zacian's attack, which is great. Dialga must recharge. We're going to see perfect. Okay, great. We're going to see the double up into Zygarde. I'm fine with letting Gastrodon recover a little HP because it should not be able to survive this incoming 1,000 arrows. So we now have access to this as well as a pivot out into Incin to help sponge some of the attacks of Zacian. This means we do have access to fake out the subsequent turn, which is going to be really beneficial for us. And so I think that really is going to help with the end game. Gastrodon definitely, though, is going to be a little bit tricky. But all things considered, I think it is fine. Right, we are going to fire off and Intimidate, which is really nice because we are going to need as much help as we can get to beat Zacian, as 1,000 arrows perfect. Want to come out first, just going straight for big damage onto both. And now what we can do is we can pivot out Incin because Rillaboom probably has Protect, right? We saw High Horsepower and Grassy Glide Protect, and I'm assuming, and yeah, Fake Out. So I want to preserve my Zygarde as much as possible, and we can obviously get another Intimidate onto this Zacian, so always great there. Easy Protect, swap out into Dialga. Dialga can eat the Sacred Sword. That's going to just let us put on a ton of pressure overall as we can bring out Dialga, which is nice, and then let's see what's going to happen here, as we are going to see probably, like I said, a fake out into, it could be a fake out into the Instant Slide, as it's going to just be a straight Grassy Glide. So good choice there, as Behemoth Blade also going to come out into Zygarde. So really focusing heavily on this Zygarde, but this means we do have the ability to go for 1,000 arrows, and I don't think we need to swap into Incin at this point. I think it's fine to preserve it, like just given how low everything is. Yeah, I'm fine to click 1,000 arrows and go for a Flash Cannon onto the Rillaboom, just because we're not going to get the KO with 1,000 arrows, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to recognize the situation and just cancel. So definitely a good second battle. I think we were really able to build up bulk and outbulk our opponents, and that really played a really big role. I'm curious about the team. It is Assault Vest Reshiram. I mean, yeah, and a lot of HP, which is why it was able to survive. Solar Beam, I think, is really cool tech, and I think they did make an aggressive read of saying, hey, I'm going to go for the ally switch, which is one of the mind games with Comfy, I'm not going to lie, but it ended up, I mean, it worked out for us. Pretty straightforward, yeah, 2 attack Zacian, Grimmsnarl, standard set there. Thundurus was Defiant, which was definitely what I was afraid of. Gastrodon is always annoying, but we managed to beat it, and then Rillaboom is Miracle Seed. Cool. So overall, really cool second battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is very hyper offensive. It is Calyrex Zacian. It is Thundurus, Zacian, Landorus, Calyrex, Gastrodon, Whimsicott. So probably Comfy. I like Comfy Zygarde a lot. Ensign. I want to bring Rotom just because I haven't brought it, but like, Rotom does have potential. It cannot touch Gastrodon. No, I need an answer for Gastrodon. I basically need Dialga to Roar of Time it. Yeah, I need Dialga. I need the damage output from Roar of Time to have any hope of dealing with them. What's nice though is what we do have to worry about Gastro lead. Right, it can no, if we max Quake it, I feel like +2 max Quake into Gastrodon should be enough for a KO. We are going to see, is this double? Okay, so we are going to see Thunderous Calyrex, which makes a lot of sense, right? We can, I'm going to rock, There is a chance you're Will-O-Wisp Calyrex. So that's what I have to be weary of. We are going to see the Thunderous. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, you're obviously Defiant. The big question now is, can we get off the Trick Room? If we can't, we kind of auto lose. So go for the Will-O-Wisp, go for the Will-O-Wisp, go for the Will-O-Wisp, go for the Will-O-Wisp. Actually don't, because that's really annoying, but like you can anyway. We're gonna see an okay, that also works. Steel Spike gonna come out onto the Comfy, bring me down to my Sash. Oh, doesn't even bring me down to Sash. That's fine. $billion question. Do you have Draining Kiss on your Calyrex? No, you don't. I'm going to Rockfall the Calyrex. That way, if you have a Sash, we can break it. Given we saw Imprison, I don't expect you to also have Will-O-Wisp, right? Like, we know you have Trick Room, we know you have Imprison, you definitely have Astral Barrage. You could have Will-O-Wisp. I would not like that very much, but it is a possibility. We're going to get the Draining Kiss off because thank God you don't have that as well. Going to let Comfy definitely survive. Oh, This is tricky because you can Steel Spike to get to +2, but we're going to see Astral Barrage. Zygarde going to take that well. Should be a Steel Spike, right? You're going to get the Grim Neigh boost, which I really don't like, but we're going to see a Darkness. Ugh. Darkness, please. Okay, so not enough, unfortunately, for the trigger, but Rockfall should break a Sash. You only are at +1 defense, and this is Calyrex. So, oh my goodness. I hate this game. Jesus Christ. I think we lose. I'm gonna be real honest right now. I don't see how we're gonna win. We are going to give you a Defiant boost, but I don't know. Darkest Lariat, the Calyrex, Steel Spike, the Thunderous. Hope we live. We're gonna see Astral Barrage. Zygarde lives, which is a big deal. The big question is, we're gonna see Airstream. This should be into Ensign. I wanted you to live there, Ensign, but it's fine. Yeah, we lose. There's nothing we can do at this point. I mean, they had the perfect tech, and yeah, and we attacked into Thunderous, so we really cannot do anything at all at this point. So, you know, I don't like ending on a 4-0, but like, let's think. I have Dialga in the back. Yeah, because we're about to become little, so we definitely cannot survive the Astral Barrage. Yeah, because yeah, Dialga's gonna come out, we're gonna become little, then you're just going to click Astral Barrage and your fighting move into Dialga, and Dialga is going to die. Unfortunate way to end it, but yeah, I mean, my opponent, they had the perfect response, right? They had, oh, we're still big. We can Roar of Time here. And Steel Spike here. We're not going to get it, because Astro Barrage is just going to kill me. But, you know, we might. Let's see. Zygarde lives. So does Dialga. Foul play into me. I don't like that. We do live. This is a big deal. Roar of Time was a bad call, because it means we're not going to move the next turn. But we did need to do that to KO you. So we are going to get the KO onto Thunderous. So it's not actually a 4-0. It's going to be a 2-0, which is slightly better, right? 2-0s are definitely better than 4-0s. So what? Now you bring out your Zacian and Landorus, and you protect and Earthquake me, which is probably what's going to happen. You don't even need to protect. You could just attack. Yeah, so unfortunate for sure, but it is like that sometimes. Oh, it's Gastrodon. Is this? I mean, this is still over. Yeah, because you just, I mean, how much HP? Zygarde has like what, 10 HP left? Yeah. You could play rough and miss. Or you could just Sacred Sword. So yeah, good game. I think we definitely could have done some stuff better, but yeah, it is what it is. We will be using the last team from my 5 rental teams next time, so definitely look forward to that. And definitely an unfortunate way to end, but it is what it is. And with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.